welcome to Focus Garage. In today's video, we're bringing you another new project vehicle, or maybe it's the first new project vehicle you're seeing. I'm not entirely sure. Sitting behind me here in my garage is my brand new daily driver, and as of right now, my only car. A 2016 Volkswagen GTI. That's right, I went Volkswagen again. So, when I first bought the TDI, my whole kind of reasoning with that car was to save money. So, I bought a house and now it's time to screw with my credit again and, just go downhill. So, I wanted something that's, engaging to drive and fun to drive. And as, some people may know, I was looking at Golf Rs, S3s, things of that nature, but I just couldn't justify spending that much on a car that I sit in traffic with. So what I did is I made an internal compromise, bought a new motorcycle, and I bought a certified pre-owned Volkswagen instead. So this car is an Autobahn trim level, so on the GTI that's the highest trim level, and it does have the driver assistance package. So this has some really neat tech that I didn't even really know about when I bought the car. It's got adaptive cruise control, all your standard stuff like blind spot warning and everything like that, but it's also got lane keep. So this car will actively steer to keep itself in the lanes, almost as if autopilot, a la Tesla, on the highway. So you can set your cruise control at whatever speed you want on the highway, and the car will match the speed of the car in front of you, and you can choose how close or how far you want to follow, and it'll keep that. But enough about that. We'll save all that driving tech for another video. We're gonna go ahead and just kind of pan around the car here. The only things I've done to it so far is it's got my signature window tint that Under can't stand how dark it is, and then we've got WeatherTech's inside of the vehicle here. So completely stock, stock wheels, stock exhaust, stock intake, stock everything. And then we'll go ahead and we'll open up the inside of the car here and show you what you're looking at. So one of the nice things I like about the upper trim GTIs is, as you can see here, probably not because it's so bright, this is illuminated. You've got the door panel that is also illuminated here. And then you also, inside the car, have kind of like ambient mood lighting. There's LED lights down there. There's lights by the cup holders, everything like that. Just little things that make the car feel, in my favorite word, more premium. But I did go with the DSG, as Andre is showing there, because I do sit in traffic a lot, and I did not want to roll my own gears with this one. And if you have driven any modern Volkswagen Audi car with the dual clutch box, they are fantastic transmissions at doing exactly what you want. You can go ahead and putz around in regular drive mode or put it in sport mode, and the car seems to know exactly what you want to do with it there. Something nice too, these do have a huge sunroof on them. It's not quite panoramic, but it is pretty much the whole first half of the car, and then very strangely they wrap the first half of the roof black, but not the rest of it. These are known to squeak. There is, I think, a technical service bulletin for it. The fact that they squeak so much, and mine does have the infamous sunroof squeak. It doesn't leak. I know a lot of people with the sport wagons have leaking issues. This one just squeaks and rattles, but we're gonna get that taken care of, and we'll probably make a video about it because I've only found write-ups on the forums. I have not found, good kind of how-tos to do that there. We'll go ahead and go to the front of the vehicle as well. Like I said, pretty standard here. Something neat about the performance pack cars is you've got the red line that follows through into the headlights. And with these performance pack models, you do get the same brakes that you get on the Golf R or Audi S3. So we'll go ahead and we'll give you a look at what those look like. They are pretty large brakes. They're not Brembos or anything like that. But you can see here the caliper is massive inside of that 18-inch wheel there. Yeah.
That's huge.
Huge brakes. And then again, with this being the driver assistance package car, you've got the little sensors all around the front bumper here. And then we've also got the radar cruise control down there in the front bumper. On later model GTIs, this sensor is actually integrated into the Volkswagen badge, but on this particular car, it's not. So if you guys are familiar with your Mark 7s, this is a pre-facelift model. In 2017, it's 2018, they actually went to a facelift model. So this is only the second year into the current, Mark 7 generation. This is 2016. 2018, they changed the headlights, changed the taillights a little bit, and switched up the interior a small bit with the car. All in, this car, I don't mind sharing what I paid. This car is stickered for almost $37,000 when it was brand new. So somebody paid Golf R money for a GTI. It was like 36 and some change. This car is certified pre-owned. It's just a one-owner car. I bought it with about 25,000 miles on it, and the car, the asking price was $20,200, I think. So not even $21,000 for a car that originally stickered for $15,000 more than that 2.5 years ago. So it is a really good option for somebody that's looking for a good bang for your buck car. Now I know I've owned Focus ST, Fiesta ST, Focus SVT. So I've owned a lot of hot hatches, and this is, a big variety actually compared to those. It feels a lot different. The one word I'd use to say, and this is gonna probably trigger some people.
Boring.
It is definitely not as excitable as the Focus ST. The car is much more compliant, but there's build quality. Not that there's not in the Ford, and I'm gonna tiptoe around this here, but everything in the car just feels very well put together. There's solid duds when you close the door. The dash is very soft touched. It just feels nice inside, which I know. I must be 60 years old. I care about that stuff. I'm boring. Another dumb thing that you shouldn't care about in a performance car is gas mileage. But guess what? This car gets insane gas mileage. I couldn't believe my first couple tanks. With pretty much like 60 to 70% highway driving, I've been getting about 28 to 30 miles per gallon. This car is geared much differently than the STs. On the highway at 80 miles an hour, I'm like 2,200 RPMs. Whereas at the ST, what are you at under like 3,000? At 80?
3,100, 3,200, somewhere around.
So if you do like kind of extended highway driving or anything like that, this bike.
But I get 34 miles per gallon.
Oh, big turbo life. Yeah, so gas mileage was impressive to me just because, I've been driving the car, aggressively. It does have that warranty, so if anything breaks, I want to make sure it breaks now when the car's under warranty, not when it's out of warranty. I did a lot of research about, the Mark 7 platform to see kind of common failure points, and if you are buying one of these, look for water pump leakage. A lot of these have water pumps that'll fail prematurely and fail all the time. This one has not had any issues yet, but we'll see how that holds up in the long run.
Tell us what you're going to do to the car.
Just kidding.
How are you going to ruin the warranty?
How am I going to ruin this warranty? Okay, so as you guys know, if you get the automatic and not the manual, you can actually mod these and not have to worry about upgrading the transmission. With this,
Clutch.
Yeah, just the clutch. You don't have to worry about the transmission. But if you have a manual one, you'll make the clutch slip if you tune it. So I'm looking to do probably a downpipe and tune on this car right off the bat. If you're looking to be kind of warranty friendly, you could always do one of those JB4 piggybacks, but you do run the risk, obviously, of stuff going wrong and you have to remove it. But I'm not sure who I'm going to go with for tuning on this vehicle. A lot of options. I would like to obviously add a little bit more horsepower, a little bit more torque, but I don't want to compromise drivability on this car. But I think on these, and you guys will correct me if I'm wrong, the intercooler is not as critical as it is on the STs. I'm pretty sure you can tune these, do a downpipe and exhaust on these, and not heat soak the crap out of it too much. So I'll probably won't be putting an intercooler on it. Plus with that dumb sensor in the front, it does make it difficult to find intercoolers that fit. Found that one out after the fact. And but yeah, so downpipe and tune will be coming in a couple months. I do want to do wheels, and everybody knows you can't do wheels without suspension, so I'll probably be looking for lowering springs or coils for this car. Factory does ride pretty nice. This one does not have the adaptive suspension, which is fine because that's another hurdle. If you want to throw that out, then you need to wire in resistors or harnesses or whatever. So, your basic car guy build here. We're probably going to do exhaust, tune.
Full bolt-on with the tinted windows.
Full bolt-on with the tinted and WeatherTech. So WeatherTech floor mats make the car even more full bolt-on here.
So you're going to run 10s?
Not going to run 10s. I don't even know. What do these run? Like
I have
full
no idea.
bolt-on?
They're faster than a Focus ST for sure, full bolt-on.
So the thing with that is these cars have a slightly bigger turbo stock than a Focus ST.
Yeah, they also have a DSG unlimited foot slip differential.
So there's some differences there. See, Honor should have been doing the talking here. He's pointing out things that you guys would want to know. So yeah, this car does have the performance package as I mentioned. So in addition to those brakes, this car gets a real limited slip differential and also that electronic torque vectoring stuff with the braking where it'll brake the inside wheel, all that stuff. But yeah, so between the bigger turbo, the LSD, and everything like that, these cars are a little bit better performers out of the box. And a really common mod on these that I'm not sure if I'm going to do or not is the Golf R turbo swap. The IS38 is what they call it. It's a pretty relatively easy thing to do, and it can be bought and installed in the car for less than $1,000, and it makes pretty good power. So you always run down the rabbit hole of if you're already doing that, should you just go bigger turbo or?
Do you have to replace the intercooler for that?
You do not. You can run the IS38 on the stock intercooler.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Which is pretty cool, yeah. And I think that's good for like mid 300 wheel. So
that's not bad.
That's not bad for a car that's OEM, quality turbo, everything like that. So it's an option. We'll see, if the car gets boring or we want to toss more money into it or what. But
let's skip to 6 months later to another car.
Right. So the real question here, which I've gotten from Honor and friends and even family now, because this is just getting ridiculous, is how long am I going to keep this? We had the Jetta for a year and 5 months, I think. Which for me is long. I know people are probably like face palming and clicking out of the video, but I say this probably a lot too, is I do plan to keep this. This car is really that balance for me. The Jetta was a great car, perfect daily, nothing wrong with it whatsoever. but it just wasn't fun for me to drive. There wasn't any kind of driver engagement. Yeah, the car made torque because it was a diesel, but the driver engagement just was not there. This car is very excitable, very fun to drive.
Makes you tingle.
Makes me tingle, dude. Makes me tingle all the right feels. And you get DSG farts, you know?
Oh yeah, that's you can. So that means, are you getting an exhaust?
Oh, see, I said downpipe. I didn't say exhaust. I want to do an exhaust too. Actually, that might be probably one of the first mods I do. Is completely ruin the quiet and comfort of this car. Is put a nice exhaust on it just so I can get more noises out of it. The stock exhaust makes a little bit of noise. I'll see if we can do a GoPro clip on that in a future video just to see what the stock exhaust sounds like. But it isn't entirely silent. This car, just like the Focus ST, has the fake electronic noise in it, and you can actually disable it just without.
Is it the same as like the intake noise pumping in, or is
totally
it
fake in this car?
Speakers, okay.
This car is electronic. There's a speaker that literally sits on the firewall with tubes to the interior, and there's a switch you can turn on and off where it'll turn that off. So I've turned that off, and you can still hear a little bit of exhaust noise out the back of the car. So
that's nice.
Kind of got that different differentiator there. But yeah, I'm not going to go too far on with this. I just want to show you guys that we did bring another new project to the channel here. So like I said, 2016 GTI Autobahn with performance pack, blah, 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 blah. Let us know in the comments what you think below. I hope this is interesting to some of you guys, because I know a lot of you people out there are Focus ST owners, Fiesta ST owners, and that's where you originally subbed to us. So to see a competing car on the channel, we are going to do some comparisons between Anders' car and mine. This being bone stock, his being big turbo. I don't know if a race is in order, but just different things we do want to see. Size comparison, driving impressions. Anders going to get to drive this and share his German junk thoughts with you guys. And oh man, little does Anders know about German junk. You guys will see about that one in the future. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that bell because it'll ding, ding, ding your tingling dings. You guys have a good one.